Did anybody else not really realize how many options we have for tips? So I'm going to kind of break it down for you today. So let's start with our originals. These were our starting point. So a quarter well is going to be kind of a smaller space that you're going to glue that nail onto. They've got a little bit of a curve to them. You can shorten them up. You can use them at whatever length you need to. We have this style in the clear tips as well as the natural color tips. So if you really want more of, again, a natural look, go with that natural, okay? We also have a no well tip. Now, why would we want a tip that has no well versus a quarter well? We also have a full cover tip. What's the difference between that? When you're working with enhancements, if you're working with an acrylic overlay, you're working with a hard gel overlay, you want to have the minimal amount of tip glued onto the nail, because the more glue you have, the less acrylic or hard gel you have. So you want to build your structure, you want to build your adhesion with that product, the acrylic or the hard gel. You don't want to build your adhesion with the glue, okay? So the less contact area you have with the glue, the more you have with the product, the harder and the stronger the nail is going to be. With the no well tips, those are actually very easy because you can adhere them wherever you want. There isn't that specific contact area. So if you want to glue that just right at the edge, right at their free edge, you can do that. If you want to push it a little farther back, if you feel like you need to do that to get it perfectly on there, you can do that. So it's great because you have that choice, you have that option, whereas the quarter well, you have that little ridge, that stop area that you want to catch that natural nail in. So you kind of have an area that you have to adhere it to, whereas with the no well tips, you can adjust and you can adhere that wherever you need to, whatever is going to fit best. So there's not really that limitation of having that specific well. So the no well tips come in our stiletto shape, and we also have them in the XL square. They're going to be that really nice straight sidewall, more of kind of that pipe look, so that really tight C curve. So again, our no well tips come in the XL, that extra long, and also the stiletto shape. Now here comes the big category, and this is actually a very popular category of tip these days, is our full cover tips. So the full cover, these are going to be a little bit more for the style of press-on nails, or if you're going to be using fiber gel to adhere them, because these are actually going to fit on that whole nail. Okay, so you're going to put those on, you're going to adhere them from cuticle all the way out. They don't have that specific contact area, so again, you can adhere them wherever you need. If you've got a little shorter nail, you can adhere that to a shorter nail or a longer nail, just however you need to work with that. Our full cover tips come in that almond shape that I just showed you. We also have a coffin shape, and then we also have that in our stiletto. So again, it gives you options for nice shaping that you're not going to have to worry about filing that nail into shape. You're not going to have to worry about starting with a square tip and trying to customize that shape. These tips all have that proper shaping, that proper C-curve and structure to give you that good solid enhancement. Then we've come out with some more full cover tips. Okay, let's start with our full cover extra long square. Now these actually are very similar to our no well tips in shape, okay? But these are, again, a full cover. Now these actually come pre-etched, which means that we've already gone through and removed that shiny surface in the well area. So these you can use kind of, again, as those press-ons, but if you're adhering any of these full cover nails with a gel, mainly our fiber gel, you want to make sure that you're removing the shine from that back. So these again are pre-etched, so technically you might not have to remove the shine, but I still would recommend removing that shine with your e-file just to make sure that you've got a really good etch. But this kind of gives you a general idea of the area that needs to be etched to remove that shine, okay? Now going back to our other full covers, these do not have that well pre-etched. So these you would definitely want to make sure that you go through with your electric file and remove that shine. And then we also have toe tips. Okay, so again, these are the full covers. Now these are fantastic for maybe clients that maybe have a broken toenail, maybe just need maybe a corner of their toenail broke off. These are awesome for doing those repairs on toenails, making toenails look a little bit more perfect, a little bit more even. Same thing with these as well. They do have that pre-etched back surface, but I would still go through and remove that shine a little bit more with the e-file. Nice thing about these, because toes are so tiny, it's hard to kind of hold on to them and maybe secure a tip. They've got this tiny little tab here that makes it nice and easy for you to hold, and you can secure that down to the nail. Once that nail or once that tip is on there, you can either file that off, clip it off, or just twist it off like I did right there. And then you can go through and just clean it up with your file. These are our full cover nude pink and nude beige. So these are pre-colored so that you don't have to do any gel polish. You don't have to do any color on top. You can just adhere them and they are ready to go. Okay, so again, we've got the nude and the pink. Again, pre-etched on that back side. So again, when you're adhering these, all you would need to do is apply them. You can top coat them if you need to. You can put another gel polish over them, but because they already have that color to them, you don't need an extra gel polish layer. Okay. Now, the nice thing, and I know this is going to be a question for a lot of you out there, is that if I adhere these with the fiber gel, because they have that color to them, is it going to cure all the way through? And yes, we have tested these. We do see that they cure all the way through. If you look at them, you can actually still see through them slightly. They're not 100% opaque, so you can put them on with a fiber gel and they will cure all the way through. So hopefully some of this information I've given you is going to help to kind of clarify what tip to use, when to use it, what to use it, how to use it. So I hope these tips helped you guys with your tip applications.